Hi stylist, so for today I'll be sharing both the negative, positive and of course the messy whole situation with Infinity Nikki. I think especially with this update, it's been chaotic. There has been a lot of negativity surrounding this, but also there has been some positive elements that I don't think get a lot of spotlight. I'm not trying to undervalue all the problems that's been created from this, but at the same time I feel like the positive elements do deserve to be shining, because a lot of players have also said they feel like they haven't been able to communicate this, or the negativity has been getting to them as a old player. So from day one they've been playing, and it feels like, wow, I don't expect this to happen to such a great game that's only been 5 months at this point, I believe. I want to give my opinion on the current state, look at it from like a day one's player, and yeah, just share positive, the negative, and what I think, especially considering from a player but also company's perspective, while sharing my thoughts from 1.0 to 1.5, while also suggesting what they could do to fix these issues rather than just saying the problems, since it's easier to say the problems rather than actually suggest what they could do to improve. So when we came into Infinity Nikki in 1.0, we was introduced to Nikki, a girl who was transported to a different world by looking or going into the attic and looking at her mum's dress. It was a beautiful dress, oh my gosh. And let me say, they hooked me. I loved it. I loved the story, I loved the characters, and I think the whole premise towards it was very fantasy, whimsical. So they sold me, but also they sold a lot of players. Oh, I'm sorry, let me say, I feel like I wanted to like give a whole essay about this whole game, but then again I just felt like that's too much. I just want to say it from a point of view as a player from day one. So what you're seeing in the background is me just enjoying the game, and also me also showcasing like videos relating from 1.0 to 1.5. It's nothing crazy. But anyways, yeah, as you can see in the background, there are moments where my game is freezing, so just so you know. But anyways, going back to 1.0, they sold me. I love the suits, I love Blooming Dreams and Flower Storm. They was beautiful. The open world experience was amazing. They gave us a lot to do, and I think that's what really was good about the game, because it's not like it was trying to be about the gacha element, even though the gacha element was a primary focus point for the game, because that's how they're making their money. It's also the storytelling, it's also the characters that we fell in love with, the emotions that was invoked by it, and especially the visuals. If you know, this game is seriously stunning. So I will say 1.0 was literally a hit for me, and when they showcase the video highlighting different worlds and what we will be expecting in the future, yes, this game is honestly, as they said, cozy. It's not just about the gacha, but it's also us just going into Mirrorland, escaping from reality and enjoying what they're providing. We're gonna see different styles, we're gonna be seeing different creatures, different characters, just a lot of stuff. And we was all excited for it. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it was great. They set themselves up very well, and I, as a player from day one, I was so excited. They released a lot of content surrounding it, so the exploration, the daily tasks, the mini games, they just done a lot. So I feel like it was never boring, and during that time they did give us a lot of the game's currency. I will say they did release the game shop outfits that, like, if you spend the first time to select one of the outfits for a discounted price, and also on your first purchase you would get the orange suit, and I think that was okay. I don't use it at that time, but it was okay. I think it wasn't supposed to be like jarring right in your face, and I think that worked for it. If someone wanted to buy or spend, then they was able to, but it wasn't like that was their goal to make us want to spend. It was more of we was enjoying what they gave us. And Flower Storm and Blooming Dreams were beautiful. Oh my gosh, the grinding I had to do for this suit specifically, Blooming Dreams was unreal because I had to stay up at night doing Wish for a Rosa. Oh my gosh, I hated that. The 4-star suits. Okay. Yeah, they were beautiful. They was enchanting, and it just added another layer of fairy tale. And I think this game really reminds me of what's his name, Link, so Zelda, because of the open world. And I think, yeah, totally, all of these suits, they're free. Wish for a Rosa, which was very hard to grind, lifetime suit in my opinion. It was beautiful, but it felt like they released a lot of stuff that even free-to-play players could enjoy what they're providing us. The evolutions, they were beautiful, but it wasn't like you had to get them. The characters, Dada, I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, all of the characters, they had like a cool personality about them, and everyone knows their favorite character of all is, can you guess, Giovanni. That I feel like they all had something unique about them, that we all could fall in love with these characters. Not just about their design, because their design is cool enough to stand out compared to like all the other NPCs. When you think of Giovanni, tell me what you think of. A person who's just been done wrong and now he wants to try and save Maryland. So yeah, I think that was great. 1.0 with the 4 stars, so after the 5-star banners. I really wasn't into these as much. I liked them. I liked the frog one with the leaf covering, and that was my favorite piece. I didn't get it, sadly. For the glimmer one, I don't know how to say it. I can't remember the name of the suit. It was nice. I loved the shawl, but I didn't get it. I got the shoes. Oh my god. And also the permanent banners, which were beautiful. I love them. Some of them are my favorite. For example, the tidal wave one. So yeah, the sea one. I'm going after the blue purification one, but I should have gone for the pink one. Like, it reminds me of Barbie. One more. That, yeah, they provided us a lot. And the diamonds, how much we were able to grind and use. We was able to get at least one of the 5-star suits. Because for me, it took me 181 pulls. But remember, they gave us like more than enough if you grinded the game. That's the thing. And that's what I think really helped in their favor. It felt as though they are F2P, but also pay to win. If you like the evolutions and the colors, then it's for you. If you like just the freebies, because they gave you a lot of craftable pieces that you can mix and match and you can style, that's great, that's for you. It felt like they was giving everyone something, not trying to put one above the other. It was fair. So yeah, what would I say about 1.0? That was my favorite because I loved it. Once I got into the game, I knew I would love it. I have played Shiny Nikki and Love Nikki before, and I did enjoy it, but it was just a cycle of gacha, because I would literally just get the suit, spend, I can say I've spent more than 900 on Shining Nikki. Am I proud? No, not really, but I had to leave because it just felt like it wasn't offering anything else other than, oh, you're getting the suit, you're getting this specifically. And once the suit or the banner is over, well then that's it, and then I'll go on to the next. It didn't feel like it was adding any more. But that's why I was quite hesitant on playing Infinity Nikki or trying out the game, because I know Infold is really good at creating fashion games. That's why I love Shiny Nikki and Love Nikki. But at the same time, I didn't want to start something that I knew or felt like I had to spend in order to enjoy it, when that is what I'm so used to in the past with those 2 other games. And from the other 2, I loved it at the start, but the more I spent, it felt like the only reason I'm getting it is because I'm spending. It's not like I worked hard for it or I actually really liked it. It felt like I had to get it because my collection needs to grow. If I start it now, I need to get it. So I didn't want that to be how I felt with Infinity Nikki, because Infinity Nikki is beautiful, but I didn't want my spark of my reasoning towards why I play the game to be going each time I'm getting a suit, hypothetically, if I spent. That's why I was quite nervous about playing the game. So Infinity Nikki, it feels as though they really did understand you can't just go for the banners, you have to also provide like open world, and they did. It was beautiful. It doesn't feel like you need the suits. You can just get certain pieces and you can style it with other pieces from different suits. So I loved 1.0, and that's my opinion. Yeah. Oh, do let me know what's your thoughts and opinions in the comments for 1.0. thank you. Now moving on to 1.1, the season of shooting stars. And when I saw trailers, suits, and everything like content being prepared on the socials for it, I was okay with it. Honestly, I feel like this patch was just a breather for what we had before in 1.0. For players who didn't have enough time to finish it, they're still trying to go through all the story, go through everything that they've prepared. So this was good. It felt like, hey, we don't want too much, that more things are stacking. For the 5-star, if you've seen my previous video, I actually don't like it. I really like ball gown, big puffy, extreme extravaganza type of suit. So I wasn't really into this, but looking at the recolor now, I love pink. It kind of has changed my mind. For the 4-star suit, it's beautiful. At this time, this was like the suit to be able to get shooting stars, and I loved it, but it's tied behind the 5-star and not really my cup of tea, so I knew I wasn't really going for it. I do think the color palette works really well for the Starfield Radiant, especially the evolution, because the red, black, white works so well and it feels something unique that we haven't seen. At this moment, they did release the first ornament decoration and I thought it was really cool. Sad you have to pull for this. The evolution colors was beautiful. I didn't really like the blue hair, but the brown hair, it felt more natural. Black hair, natural. Pink hair for the pink girlies like me. And they also did release like stages that were fun, engaging, just so that we are enjoying this pack. They gave us a lot, everyone. They did also give us a free suit, which to this day I have not used, but I really did like how this suit was futuristic, had an amazing style, individual pieces that is very versatile, color palette amazing. I think they done a great job with the free suit. Also, Silver Girl Aria, which is a lifetime suit. Because if you've done the previous 1.0, you've already done Wish for a Rosa, so this lifetime suit was needed so that we could still be grinding, doing something in the game rather than just doing dailies. The evolution colors were beautiful. I'm not really into like 2 of the colors being pastel, but it's fine. And then in the shop, they gave us 3 different suits, one being that you can evolve it and it will be a different color, more blue. I actually got the Snowy Encounter. That was the first suit that I was able to get. A family member got it for me, so I was still at F2P at that time. And yeah, they just done a lot for us and I couldn't complain, because even though there wasn't much story element, it was a filler, they gave us a lot to do with the spending, but also with the engaging challenges that they was giving us. It felt like it's still fun. They gave us the interlude. They gave us so much content that it made the game more grounded, because we still got more information and a deeper understanding into the game's history, revolving around Silver Girl Aria, from what's her name, Wish for a Rosa to Silver Girl, and the importance of that. So I think they done a great job with this whole patch, especially with the 5-star suit. I wasn't really into it, but I do appreciate it. Moving on to the 4-star suits, I loved the Ribbon Reverie. I think the color palette was really nice. Everyone was so hyped for this. I remember when people actually saw leak instead of the official, and we was all excited more about this than the 5-star suit. It made me laugh. But yeah, it was really pretty. I preferred actually the evolution rather than the original, because my Nikki has darker skin tone. It was more harder to style the blonde hair rather than the darker one, but I'm not gonna use like double for that. So that's my thoughts on the Ribbon Waltz, sorry. And I think it was really cute. It reminds me of pink, and everyone loves pink. At that time, I do suppose maybe people didn't really like how there was so much pink rather than other colors. So for Daughter of the Lake, which I didn't complete, my sister did, I felt like, wow, everyone loved this because it was so detailed, everything was there, and it was a 4-star. I will say, for me, it felt like they really did go at this suit well, considering the evolution is a darker color palette. We had a veil F2P version compared to in 1.0, I think it's called Midnight Oath, where there is a longer train of a veil, so it's more expensive. It was really expensive. So it felt like, hey, they actually helped us to get a free to play version. Also considering they did give us five crystals, a detail with the lake, and it was really cool, and more chances to get Eurekas. And even though not everyone might have used it, it was still nice that they're giving us more during a filler pack. So in my opinion, I think this was really good. It wasn't perfect, but I think it's just because it wasn't so heavy on the story or expanding. It was expanding in certain areas, especially with the miracle suit. So it was now Silver Gale area, and the 4-star suits, beautiful. Preferred that over the 5-star suits, but that's just me. But do let me know what your thoughts are on this patch 1.1 in the comment. For me, I liked it. I appreciated that they wasn't trying to do so much, because it can be very hectic for a lot of players who don't have much time, work, or a lot of people have just different stuff going on in their life. So it felt like this was a breather that everyone needed. Moving on to 1.2. I love this update. It's beautiful. The suits are beautiful. The suits I really like the suits. Honestly, I felt like they've prepared so much. For example, the Stardust Flare. Yeah, that's it. I thought it was Flare Stardust. No, Stardust Flare is beautiful. The second evolution is my favorite, but the third one, I think the yellow one, it reminds me of Disney Princess Belle. And then going on to the new ability that you can do. So it's like you're dancing and you can use it like a cinematic experience. I saw a lot of players using that, and wow, it's beautiful. I'm going to be saying the word beautiful so much. And you can use it with different suits. It's not tied to that specific suit. Momo's cloak, beautiful. They done great. Then Dance Till Dawn, my favorite suit, because it's beautiful. At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to get this one, but then I got it. Happy. I'm sad I didn't get the pink one, but when it gets a rerun, you know I'm getting it. And Momo's cloak, adorable. The ability, amazing. The 4 stars were slaying. Oh my gosh, I'm saying the word slay. The 4 stars were amazing. The, what is it called? Enduring Bond reminds me of Tuxedo Mask. And we got free suits. There was just so much packed into this one. The free suits were beautiful, amazing. My favorite is the dandelion one and the pink one. And in the store, there was so many goodies that you could buy. It didn't honestly feel like they was trying to jam pack that for you. That's where I got my umbrella from. And I'm hoping that it comes back so people can actually get it the second time around, because I know a lot of people wanted it, but they wasn't able to. And now they will, hopefully, when it comes back. The craftable new set that gives you the ability to do fireworks. I like the steampunk type of fashion style. They gave us a lot of diamonds. They was doing a lot of online events. The new Eureka showcasing. And this update is literally up there for me. So it's like 1.0 and then this one, because the story was there. The new exploration was there. And just the new different culture, which was integrated into the story quite well. And we was all very happy with it. I don't think you couldn't be disappointed with something. 1, they gave you a lot of diamonds. 2, they gave us 2 amazing suits. 3, new exploration to have fun, and just a lot of stuff going in that place. In that place. So the carousel, the new horses, carriage, flying around, beautiful. The new mini games in that area, the chest, so many chests. It felt like, wow, we were being given so much. They was generous, so much that I don't think anyone could have not enjoyed something about this. And I will always say 1.0 is like the default of being great, because that's how they started off. So of course the launch has to be great. But 1.1, it felt as though it was a breather. 1.2, it hit all my expectations and I loved it. I enjoyed so much. I enjoyed the live stream. I enjoyed seeing so many players enjoy themselves, taking photos, showcasing their pools, showcasing how they styled their Nikki in these 2 suits. So if you had to ask me, I would say this one made us all feel reassured that, oh, it's not that we're going to be getting always breather type of updates. because ideally that's what you would expect from a gacha. It's going to be a long wait until another big update where a lot of story or a lot of content is going to be given. They gave it to us quite early, so I can't complain. I'm so happy. Thank you. But at the same time, some players didn't really like these suits, specifically Stardust Flare and Dance Till Dawn, because these two specific suits aren't very different from what we've been given in the previous patches. So I do understand where they're coming from, but I do feel like the game or the devs did show us that after getting more regions, so ideally every something 6, so 1.6, 2.6, we will be getting different regions, and in different regions we'll be getting different fashion styles. And moving on to the 4-star banners, I love these because they were very cottagecore vibe and they felt like a breath of fresh air compared to the 5-star banners, which were more fancier. So it wasn't just me, it was also other players. They voiced how they preferred these banners over the 5-star banners. And honestly, Infinity Nikki was able to hit both fancy and also cottage core vibes. I'm just gonna say that word again. For the events, we got the super escalation, for both bubbles, thread and blings, which was helpful. The Allison shop, that is very helpful with crystals. This patch, in my opinion, is very, very packed with so much content. It was heavy with the story, heavy with a lot of the suits given to us free, but also in the shop. And I do understand, during this time it was Chinese New Year, so of course they're going to be doing more, but I do not want to take that away from what they did. They gave us a lot of rewards, they gave us a lot of opportunities to get more rewards. So the web events, of course, the beautiful suits. If you didn't like the 4-star suits, you could go for the 5-star. And if you didn't like the 5-star suits, then you could go for the 4 stars. During the earlier stages of the patch, they did release at least a small image showcasing the 2 suits of the 4 stars. I thought that was very good and nice that we could at least have a heads up of what the suit ideally looks like, so we can make a judgment whether we want to go for it or not. And that was very helpful for me because I liked the 5 stars way more. The ornament decoration with the Dance Till Dawn and the cinematic experience with Stardust Flare. I think it's Stardust Flare. It was very enjoyable. The characters, the character growth. Everyone remember seeing so much memes about the character Marcus Jr. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Marcus? Marquess. I'll say Marcus, but if I am wrong, please correct me. I do apologize if I'm saying it wrong. That we understood his struggle and we liked where the story gone. Some people didn't actually like a certain character, don't want to say their name, that they was actually annoyed by her or him. So it kind of felt like, wow, there is a lot going on with this update and a lot of people were staying tuned in it. They done a great job and it's one of my favorites. I must say, it is one of my favorites. Let me know what's your opinions about 1.2 in the comments. And moving on, 1.4. Do we think that Infinity Nikki could hold such expectations from 1.2 onto 1.3? Personally, for me, this patch was a lot, but I'm going to speed run it because there is a lot. So the new exploration area, the Queen's Garden, something like that, is beautiful, magical, and I felt like I was a princess. The 5-star suit, Timeless Melody, is beautiful. Oh my gosh, stunning. And the new ornament decoration, beautiful, and I'm so happy. I, as a player, did get it. Momo's outfit at first I didn't like, but I do now. The 4-star suit is cute. I like it. It's very elegant. And they gave us actually 3 new suits, or should I say 4, since comparing the one that you have to do with tasks. It was beautiful, it's nice, and they gave us a lot. For me, I really did appreciate and love the shop suits, especially Rosy Sweetheart. I love the accessories, the color palette. I'm obsessed with pink and I got it. For the golden hour, I appreciated the summer vibes and it was very versatile and everything about that. So I felt like they gave us a lot, especially with the caring for Bullquet. I'll say it like that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But they gave a lot of diamonds along the way, and also they gave us a new feature with dyeing the bullquet during a limited time. It was fun, and we got to see a lot of players interacting with this and creating a lot of photos that were really cool. I remember seeing it on social media. Other than that, I would say lots of players did feel and voice how a lot of these suits felt very similar to old patches. I did see that. I was obsessed with this 5-star suit, so I'm biased, I'm sorry. And when the new 4-star suits, Dream Banquet and Adventure Ride were released, everyone was really happy, of course, because it felt like they were very different from the 5-star suits, the different fashion style that they was getting. So from what I saw, players and fans were very happy and they pulled for this. It was also funny that people were making fun of the players who did get the whimsical bike from the store during the Chinese New Year's timing. So Firework Isle, Dance Till Dawn and Flare Stardust. So some players got that, and then they released these new 4-star suits, and specifically Adventure Ride, you are able to summon a motorbike, and it's 1, faster, 2, it looks cooler, and 3, you didn't actually have to spend for it. I think you had to use your Stella rights for it. I might be wrong, but I think it's probably that. Lots of people was making fun of them. So not funny, but at the same time it is funny. So yeah. And then there was also Allison's shop and other events going on at that time. It wasn't all that crazy, but we were able to get as much diamonds that we could during the final phase of 1.3. So in my opinion, I felt like this overall patch wasn't too much. I loved it because especially the new exploration area of the garden, I loved it because it made me feel like a princess. But specifically when it came to the story, it wasn't that groundbreaking. It was great, but it wasn't that groundbreaking. And I think a lot of people had high expectations after coming from 1.2, so the Firework Isle. And I could understand that, but I think we do need a big break after doing all of that. So I'm happy with 1.3, but I can also see why some people or some players won. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And going on to 1.4, players at this time weren't happy. I don't believe the story or the content was enough to say that we needed another break. The Crimson Rhapsody suit is beautiful, but we've seen it before. I love it, I got it. And also players did love the fact that we had a black color palette, but was it enough? Not really. The Shadowed Remnant is beautiful, Momo, cute, and the ability is somewhat weird, I have to say. Lots of players did voice how it felt very restricting and it was way more harder to use than what was showcased or explained. Honestly, from what I saw, a lot of players, as myself, really liked the 4-star suit. It's sad that it was behind a 5-star suit, so it's more expensive. But 1, you was able to bypass the animation for grooming the animals, which was very helpful. 2, you get to do cute hats. And 3, the design is beautiful. I love it. I love the curly hair. So how did fans respond? They didn't like that it was with a 5-star suit. Also with the 5-star suit, the black color palette, as I said before, is very unique because we haven't gotten that in the game from the earlier patches, as you've seen. So how did they feel? Hurt. They wish that a darker theme type of suit was given during the previous patch, as the trailers did convey a more gothic / mature type of vibe. And what did we get? We got a Timeless Melody suit, which is very cute, ballerina type of fashion style. I honestly love this suit, but at the same time, it did come across weird from how the trailer was portraying this whole season to be and the suit, how it was to be. When I played the game, it's understandable, but it didn't really resonate with a lot of players. So this current suit, at this time, they felt like it should have been the previous phase. And for the players who did like the suit, I'm happy. I did too. It felt as though we was able to get it, but the game wasn't really mixing and matching, trying out different ones that people could feel like their fashion style was actually getting some spotlight. So the content or the story, it wasn't much. It was more about the sprites, and it was fun, it was cute. The challenges, they gave us a lot of diamonds. The overall feel and vibe, it was fun. But if you know and you played it, lots of people didn't like long Momo, long or tall Momo, whatever you want to say. A lot of players didn't like Momo and a lot of players did like Momo. It was funny to see the memes and funny to see the jokes, but I don't believe this patch actually hit for a lot of players. If you remember with the timings for the game, 1.0 big patch, 1.1 small patch, 1.2 big patch, 1.3 small patch. And you know what that means? This patch was supposed to be big, but it wasn't. It felt as though we're not getting much, and a lot of players were hoping to get more because they still had such high expectations from Firework Isle. So I saw a lot of posts talking about when are we going to be getting a lot, because it feels like they're just not giving us the attention that we've been deserving. We play the game, we love the game, but are we really getting the same attention or the same amount of content that we did before? Or are they just giving us lackluster stuff and thinking that we're going to take it? So that is the first half. I'm not saying all of this patch was bad. They did give us free suits and I loved it. They gave us a lot of suits in the store. I will say I really enjoyed certain ones, but they did give off circus carnival vibes and a lot of players did like them, so I'm happy for them. Then going on to the 4-star, lots of players were really happy with these suits more than the 5-star suit. It's so funny. It always feels like that's the norm. But I will say there was one big thing that the players did not like, and they voiced it really loud. For the pastoral dance suit, we had a staff that was really cool and we didn't expect. But was that piece separated? No, it was only by the whimsicality. So you need to complete the suit. You couldn't actually pull for that specific piece. The enchanted wings, really cute. I like the Harry Potter vibes from it. And that is how we concluded 1.4. In my opinion, I felt like it was an okay patch. I was expecting more because thinking about what they've done in the past with their timeline, so big, small, big, small. This one felt like it was supposed to be big. Lots of players did voice that 1.6 we're gonna get a new region. They've said that. So why would they give us something big when they're leading up to it? This right now is just filler until 1.6. I can't complain, but I think it's just that with all the previous stuff going on, I was hoping for more. So I think it was very complicated. Some players love this one. As myself, as you can see, I'm using this suit and I love it. And for the other hand, some players didn't like it. It felt like we was getting lackluster content that was just supposed to be filling our time, but it wasn't like they was putting a lot of care into it. So now we're on to 1.5, and as you can see, that is all that's happened. I will say for me, I love this game. I think this game has been really good. Even if there has been a lot of breather content, I think they've done a great job. And do we think that 1.5 had a lot of expectations, or do you think they had a lot of complaints that they needed to put into the game? But before we talk about 1.5, I do want to highlight a very controversial item that was introduced into the game during 1.4, which was called Wishing Epiphany. Anyways, the blue crystals. They were introduced to help players get both pink crystals, blue crystals in the shop that they can use for 4 stars and the pink ones specifically for 5 stars, so that rather than having to use both the pink crystals, which is also very expensive for both of the suits, they were trying to allow players to get both so that it's not as expensive when considering how many pink crystals you're able to get. There is a max amount that you're able to get in the shop, so they was trying to think about it like that. But this made players very skeptical what this meant for the future of the game. So as I saw, it was frack capturing the community. I wouldn't blame anyone because I was also skeptical myself. Some players found this as nice that the game was trying to accommodate for benders, because for the players who were spending, at least they can get both currencies and they can utilize them rather than having to use one specific currency, was the pink crystals. But for free-to-play players, we didn't know if this meant that they are only going to be introducing this as reward and going to be decreasing the number of pink crystals given out. So I could understand the frustration. It caused a lot of discourse, and if you've played other gacha games, the introduction to new currencies can be very toxic if the game is trying to say it as by separating or adding more currencies, it means that they're being more stingier or more greedier. So I understood that, and I did want to point that out. That was a big moment where lots of people was throwing hands and saying, what does this mean? But we still have it in the game, as you can see, and am I disappointed? I think it helps the players who spend, and I'm happy for them. It doesn't look like it's impacting negatively the amount of pink crystals and diamonds that we're getting in the game, so I'm happy with it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. So going back onto 1.5, how did it go? Well, for me anyway, they done a great job with the live stream because I was hyped for it. All the content that they were showcasing, the multiplayer, the new 2 suits, so 1, walking on water, and 2, soaring in the sky, floating, if you want to say. It was all there. What every player has been wanting: more content, more extravagant outfits, multiplayer that we've actually been wanting, and we've gotten it. We was all hyped, and I think they done a great job with the live stream. It was actually fun to watch. I was emotional, and I felt like, oh wow, this game really has listened to us as players, and it felt like this was going to be a big update that we could all enjoy so much with our friends, with ourselves. So in the live stream, they did showcase Sea of Stars, and for me, I'm a veteran player from Shiny Nikki and Love Nikki, and once I saw this suit, it was big because every every Nikki game has Star Sea, and this suit has a legacy, as I said before, so they couldn't miss, and they didn't. I love it. It's classic. It's a legendary suit, lifetime suit in lots of games, and this one, I've actually made it. It didn't actually feel so hard, but it's harder when you want to get the evolutions. I actually appreciate how it's not supposed to be so long to make. It's more longer of collecting the shards, or the star something shards, to get the craftable pieces. So in my opinion, I loved this suit. I was very excited for this suit. The evolution colors, beautiful. My favorite one is the second one because I'm a pastel/pink girl. For the free suits, I will say it was ideally around 3. So 1 which was honey hunt, and where it was given to us by doing a certain amount of tasks during the event that we will be able to claim pieces. For the exploration of Serenity Island, there was the new ability suit that helped us to travel along, and then the last one, which was one of my favorites, which was both blue and pink, where it was given to us by unlocking it in Heart of Infinity. So it wasn't many, but it was really pretty suits. But you might be asking yourself, what was in the store during this time? And I can answer that. A lot. So much. Like, honestly, I can't say them all, but you can see them. So some of them were good. A lot of players like them, I've seen, and I'm happy for them. But at the same time, there were some that was actually not so positive, which had a bad effect on the community, and it looked way worse on the company. For this suit, they did implement a new mechanic, which was cumulative recharge. I'm used to it because I've played Shiny Nikki and also Love Nikki, so they've done that a lot in those games. And did I like it? Not really, because they didn't really set players up for this. It was more cozy, but now it looks more greedy. That's funny. But anyways, tell me what you think of it in the comments. I honestly didn't think even the price for it was worth it. It's cute and versatile, specific pieces, but if I'm spending a certain amount, I don't think it was worth that. So prior to 1.5, Infold gave us early access pack specifically, where we would get a lot of content, but specifically was the time limited revelation crystals. If you don't know, they were actually given to us in the earlier days of Infinity Nikki, but we didn't like it when it was getting further because it felt like they was trying to entice us to spend more crystals, and if you don't have crystals, well then you're gonna have to spend your real money. It was a weird tactic which lots of players noticed, and we quickly voiced our frustration and we got it out. But why are we seeing it here? Why Infold? So because of that, lots of players felt disgusted that they would implement the time limited revelation crystals, which is understandable. I didn't like it. At first I didn't mind it because I wanted to go for this suit, but if you aren't, it felt as though you had to, because you can only use these crystals during 1.5. If you aren't going to, well then that's a waste of money. It's going to expire. Let me ask you a question. When you think of 1.5, what do you think of? Is it the content, the story, the changing of the story, or let alone the events, the freebies, or is it the 2 amazing suits? Well, I must say it's the 2 amazing suits for me because they are gorgeous. When they was showcased to us in the trailers, I was ready to go after these 2 suits, but I knew I couldn't, so I wanted to go after at least one. But did anyone tell you that it was 11 pieces? For me, I found out by leakers, and I'm so happy I did, because gosh, it would have been even more heartbreaking to know it's 11 pieces on the day. So when Infinity Nikki says they don't use tactics like FOMO, what is this? Did they tell us prior? No. Did they try to warn us before? No. They told us on the day that it was released. And how did we experience it? By logging into the game, going onto the banners and seeing that, hey, this is 11 pieces. And that isn't all bad, because if we do want versatility, it will cost a lot, I won't lie. But the issue is that some of the pieces don't need to be 11 pieces, and it feels as though it's more as a way to make more rather than it to be needing more, you know? So I won't bore you with everything. I'm just gonna say that both suits are beautiful. I love them, and I think they are literally god tier design. The ability is beautiful, the design is beautiful, and the color palette is beautiful. But it just hurt a lot of fans or a lot of players that the first time we are getting these is 11 pieces, and did it need to be? No, they wanted it to be. For the dyeing feature, in my honest opinion, it's beautiful, it's fun and creative, but knowing that it could have been more accessible for a lot of players, because the Bullquet event was supposed to be a similar experience how we would be using the dyeing feature with our suits or pieces, but it's locked behind paywall and you have to get more evolutions to get more colors. I will say the colors that they've given us is nice, but knowing that it was supposed to be more accessible, it doesn't really feel as great as it should be. So I will let you be the one to decide if the dyeing feature is what you expected, or if there are some things that you would change about this. So leading up to the apology letter that I will talk about, there have been a lot, or should I say a massive amount of players who weren't actually able to get into the game. One, experiencing bugs, crashes and lag, which I can say for myself, I've had my fair share. It wasn't a really good experience. So after everything that we talked about, what do you think Infinity Nikki done? Well, of course they addressed it by uploading an apology letter onto their social media platforms. And was it good? No. I think I would love to say it was okay, but I just don't think they gone about it the right way. They gave us compensation, but it felt as though the compensation wasn't really targeted to anything other than trying to please us in a small amount of time, because most of the content that they was talking about, for example the 11 pieces, they said that they won't do it again, but if they do, they'll tell us prior. And can you really say that means that they're not going to do it again? I don't know the future, but it does mean that they might. I'm not really happy with that, because I think they did cause a lot of problems within the game. One being players can't log into it. Two, the increase in a lot, or should I say unnecessary pieces for these two suits. I will specifically talk about Snowy Ballad because I've got that suit, and after using it, do I think it was needed? No. Even in the trailer in the new revamp of the story, did Nikki wear the shoes? No. Now why isn't she? I don't believe she actually was supposed to have shoes, but she does now. Take it as you will, but I'm not really the most fussiest about that. I'm more fussy about if the pieces aren't necessary, why add them? It looks more like you're being greedy. So that was my opinion about the 11 pieces. I don't mind if they increase it for versatility, because certain pieces or certain items in suits, I would love them to be separated so that we can style it more to our own fashion style. But specifically when it came to this, it just felt like we didn't need it, so why is it here? I do want to say a lot of players did voice how they didn't actually like how the new story has retconned the previous one. Personally for me, because I've played both Love Nikki and Shiny Nikki, I don't know if it does make sense, because hear me out. One, Shiny Nikki and Love Nikki is more takes the story of Nikki trying to save Mirrorland, and that's always been the premise. So when they showcased this story, I thought, oh, that's really cool, and Sea of Stars being like an anchor towards all games being connected, but also having that tie-in loose thread for the premise of the story. But at the same time, I do also understand this game isn't really supposed to be like that. It feels more as though it's about coziness. So when Nikki gone into the attic and found the dress, and then was transported into another world, dimension, it felt very Narnia coded, but anyways, it felt also very surreal, cozy, yet also feel as though you could imagine yourself like that. Oh, maybe I'll just go into the closet and then I'm transported. It was fun and it was nice, but because they changed it, it felt as though they was changing the whole premise of the whole game, because that's not the story that we was used to. We've grown to love the original story, so them changing it feels like, well, that's now, I won't say horrible, but I would say we've just been betrayed, because if they can do that now, they can do it next time, only if we don't stand for it. And I feel like everyone has been showcasing their distaste towards this, so thank you. Very happy that everyone has been showing Infinity Nikki, or Info, the company, that we aren't saying yes to this, because we love the game for what it was. That's what got us into it, so why are you changing it now? For the bathtub, they marked up to $70 and then slapped a 79% tag on it to say that you're getting a deal at $10. It's very bad. For me anyway, it's very bad. While also considering that so much, everyone, Mirai Crown. Before it used to be every 14 days. Now it's every 16. So the 1st and the 16th of every month. Which for me, it doesn't really help the F2P players. It feels more greedier, and when considering you're going to be getting right now less diamonds, it doesn't help. So if you didn't know, Infinity Nikki actually said during the Steam wishlist rewards, they initially promised us 10 pulls for hitting 100,000 with a follow-up of a surprise reward for hitting 200,000. But did they? No, they were supposed to give us that amount, but then they changed it from 10 to 2 pulls during the 100,000, and at 200 they gave us 10, which wasn't actually the original plan. So while everyone did voice the problem, Infinity actually decided to give us the original rewards. So it was 10 pulls plus 10 additional pulls. Currently, I do believe Infinity Nikki has changed the story. If you are a new player, please tell me, because originally they changed it to the Seer and Nikki, but now it's changed back to Nikki going into the attic and then going into the closet and seeing the dress being transported. So please fact check me there. I believe players have said that this is true, but I do not want to say anything and be false. So take that with a grain of salt. Infinity Nikki has been greedy at this point. And for all the other problems, I do believe Infinity Nikki need to actually address them and say that they are actually going to change it. Because rather than just saying, we see the problem like the bugs, we see the problems like the crashes, the lag, the dying system, the scamming of money in certain locations, do something about it. Okay? I don't think it's hard to say that they deserve criticism. When players are saying that, well, guys, this isn't an issue, this is actually a free game. No, it's a free game, but we should also understand that they need us players. We shouldn't say that we are dropping our morals for them to exploit our love for the game that they've created. There should be a level that we as players should draw. Them providing us the game because we love the game. We are happy that they are creating something that we as players love. But at the same time, we don't want to be exploited. The microtransactions that they are giving us, the stuff that they are trying to entice us, I don't think that should go AWOL and say, that's all right. So that's my opinion about the apology. There are three main things that I do want to talk about that I think should get a lot of spotlight. And then I will talk about the positives, because I feel like as a player and who has been able to enter the game with also problems but still enter the game, I want to say that there are positives in the 1.5, but I feel like the content that has been generated around 1.5, the conversations that's been sparked about 1.5 have mostly, or should I say, all been negative. And I do understand it is a quite negative patch, but I do want to also say that there are positives that should be highlighted. For players who do enjoy this, they don't feel validated for that. I was also questioning, should I feel validated that I like this game, even though there are problems in it? So for the players who do enjoy it, I've got you. I will first go on to the three main things. One is content creators. I want to say, I feel bad of how the content creators are getting unjust treatment towards this whole thing, because I've seen a lot of content creators getting dragged in the mud for this whole situation. Should we be blaming content creators? No, we should be we should be complaining at the company, because the company is the ones who are making this. Is it them? No. So why are we dragging them? In my before video, I did say that I wish for more oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I wished for more content creators to actually talk about the whole situation, as this meant a lot of their audience are able to know about the situation that is going on, and they will be able to make their own decisions. I do still stand by that comment, and I'm happy with it. I do feel as though people aren't focusing on that. People are focusing on, hey, this is a problem, so you need to do something. And if we can't see that you're doing something, that means you're not on our side, the player's side. I watch Evie Gaming's videos. I love her. And for me, I would say Evie made a post where she said that I'm doing things in my own way, but I am still communicating with the company to fix these issues. And I felt like that is true. A lot of these content creators or a lot of players are doing things in their own way. You don't have to see it to justify them to say that, oh, okay, we've got the check, we've seen that you're doing something, so we'll leave you alone. Why must we see? You know, I understand the problem, but at the same time, I do see that we can't just always look at them as the company, because it's easier to attack them rather than the company. That's me anyway. It's very sad of the treatment that content creators have been given with this whole situation. I don't believe that they deserve it. It's the company that should have only got this type of treatment, because they're the ones who failed us as players. They didn't make a playable game, let alone they didn't make a entertaining game that we could enjoy. But that's me for the content creators. Let me know what you think. And moving on, do I think Infinity Nikki is dead or deserves to die? No. I still love this game. I don't know how to stress that enough. Even though there are a lot of bad things in this game, I would say it's a gacha game. It's problematic, but at the same time, that is what they are. This game is a gacha game, so they are going to have things that is going to entice people. But everyone should also know where their line is. The game is a gacha game. This game is going to throw things at you that will make you want to spend, but you have to know when to say no. But the game at this point, they haven't been giving us enough to say that they deserve our love anymore. From 1.0 to this point, which is, let's say, 1.4, I would say they've had hit and misses. A lot of breather content that doesn't really feel like a lot of thought was put into it. When we're playing it, we're just there, but we're not really enjoying it as what we was expecting. So 1.5 made us have a lot of expectations. They set us up, and now that they destroyed that, it feels like we are just nothing to them. So the company should also think about why are they doing this? Because are they doing this to make money? Okay, I understand that. Your company, it's always money. But if you're doing this with the love and passion that you say, then you need to show us that. If you're making a unplayable game, does that show it? No empty promises. No. I'm not trying to be very negative for it. I think the game is beautiful and I love the female representation. Oh my gosh, Nikki is beautiful. I love the darker skin tones, the variety of skin tones. I hope it gets bigger, but at this point I feel like it's very good. There are a lot of things that are negative about it, especially considering how some aspects, or should I say hair colors, makeup, don't really sit well on the darker skin tones, and I don't really like that, so please fix that. But other than that, I will say I love the game, and for anyone who is playing the game, I want you to know that we both are enjoying the game. There are things that we don't like and we want to see improved, but don't feel disheartened that the community, let alone so many other people who don't even play the game, are making content to say that the game has ruined themselves. They haven't ruined themselves. We need to see if they have ruined themselves. They're fixing the bugs, they are fixing the problems, but have they died? Have they messed up this whole new game? No, we need to see how they are going to show to us that they are sorry. So I think it's too early to say right now. So my only ask is, Infinity Nikki, please get a hold of yourself and fix the game. Not just the bugs and crashes, but show us players that you truly do love the game as much as we do. Because while we are girl caught in our own ways, I will say that this game does hold a special place to us, and that's why we are asking for changes. So I've said enough about my opinions and also the history of the game. I think the game as a whole is great, but this hopefully is just a step back, but we will recover. So in my opinion, I've made a post, but also someone else made a post. Thank you. I'm tagging them in the video. That we wanted to highlight the positive about the game, because we've seen so many negativity surrounding this update. But there are positives you should give a try, and also to stop others trying to just say that this game is ruined. I'm really hurt about that, okay? Because every time I go onto YouTube and I watch Infinity Nikki content, the game is ruined. Oh no, the devs don't listen to the players. Oh no. And I'm thinking, guys, stop. I do want to say, I'm quoting a person on Facebook. Thank you so much, Sydney Williams, because you said it perfectly. Okay, I think a lot can be said about the Infinity Nikki 1.5 update, but I will say, hands down, what annoys me is so many YouTubers are making content about how terrible this game is, and it's the worst gacha and they'll never play it again. And I'm like, that's not a flex or a genuine discourse about a game you like having flaws. It shows that you don't play this game for any kind of personal joy or interest. You just do this solely for content, and kind of how no one actually respects girl games. Like Genshin will do terrible things, wink wink, is true, over the years, and Hoyo overall, but y'all still play those games. But the moment you play a gacha game outside of that and things go wrong, you act like it's an abomination. Did I say that right? Abomination. Which, to be honest, I knew a lot of people just played Infinity Nikki just because it was popular, so they could get views. But the moment it's not a reliant content farm, you just abandon it. I know it's when your channel has nothing but Genshin videos and you make one Infinity Nikki video bashing the update, and it's your highest performing video. I'm not trying to say specifically anyone. I have seen the rise of negative Infinity Nikki videos when it comes to channels that don't actually talk about Infinity Nikki other than this specific time 1.5. Make it make sense. Honestly, it's very negative and it's not really fun when you play the game. You enjoy the game, and I understand everyone has their own reasons, and I understand that I also don't like certain things about this game, but I also can say it's not ruined, it's not problem, it is problematic. It's not ruined. It's going to pick itself back up and get better. But why must we be quick to judge it when they're still fixing it? A live game is going to take time. We've noticed that it's still better than before when players couldn't log in, and at this point they can. Some, hopefully better, but we must wait to see. That's my biggest issue. And now talking about the positives. Yay! Okay, so I know this video is long and I'm sorry, but here are the positives everybody has been waiting for. So, a person on Facebook, I use Facebook a lot, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say their name, but I'll put it in the video. They've said, we really need a post free of compliments, even with a positive post. Wait, we really need a post free of complaints, even with a positive post that I just saw. It was also flooded with negative and even condescending replies. So here, post 5 positives you like about this update. I will go first. 1, there are so many different ways to gain diamonds in this version. That's insane. I mean, I get the extra $5 packs, I think they meant, to get extra diamonds, but I think it could be doable with as much time as we get. 2, the story is just absolutely amazing. I've been playing something I don't know how to say simultaneously, and that thing doesn't even come close to Infinity Nikki storyline. 3, the soundtrack is just beautiful. 4, it given more quest lines in Mirrorland. I've already done several more quests just going back to Flourish. 5, all of the new outfits are just awesome. The new features, everything. I haven't explored everything and I still want to do more. So, next, let's continue. 1, Starseed dress. It's had a hold on my brain before I even knew what Nikki was. I'm super excited to get in the game. 2, the dye system is really fun. It's limited, yes, but I've managed to work with a small amount of palettes. I can access to create designs I like. I'm really enjoying recoloring things, so I make my D&D characters and OCs in-game. 3, so many diamonds. I did buy Distant Anthem this month, but even then I managed to get a lot of pulls on the Phoenix banner and have nearly completed the outfit. Pity pulls though, hahaha, my luck hasn't been with me this time. Aww. Multiplayer, 4, multiplayer is so cute. I'm so happy I get to play with my partner. We've been taking pics together. 5, the glow up recolors are so pretty. Bonus, 6, I really like Serenity Island and the new ability. Thank you for sharing what you love. Another player did say, thank you, I understand the criticism, but it's become us seeing the same exact criticism over and over since the patch. 1, I liked I can't say it, guys. Island a lot. It's pretty, the storyline is good, and it's a great area for pictures. 2, custom ability outfits and dye system. I am having so much fun mixing and matching. I can't wait to see how the dye and patterns get expanded upon in future updates, and sharing the designs make it even better. 3, the 5 stars are absolutely gorgeous, and with all 3 diamonds and pulls, and with all the free with all the 3 diamonds and pulls, I'm at 10 out of 11 pieces and haven't had the time and haven't spent a dime. Oh my gosh. Sorry. 4, the platforming levels and the new boss were way more engaging than previous ones. Previous platform levels took me under 2 minutes every time, and I never died until this update in a boss fight. Love the improved gameplay. 5, all the new poses are so good and easy to get. Thank you. Next. This might be my last one because I don't want this video to be too long. So, 1, new Eurekas. 2, love the new islands to explore. 3, I adore being able to dye outfits and pick and choose what colors to make them. 4, water walking is neat idea and should be something available to more people in a main set. So I would say more FTP friendly, hopefully a 4-star or at least craftable, yeah. 5, co-op, just being able to share your props, design palettes with other players. And finally, bonus 1, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. On my post, someone responded, I honestly have a positive experience of 1.5. Despite all the negativity and criticism it received, maybe it's just my luck, but I hadn't experienced any serious game-breaking bugs. This entire update so far, the worst bug I've gotten was the bubble hop minigame not loading up on the first time I entered. It fixed by restarting the game, and the bubble escort 2 disappearing when I played the level in co-op. It reappeared back when I switched to solo mode. Beyond that, I'm absolutely not bothered by any complaints people have for this update. 1. I actually enjoy the Sea of Stars, the place, in its current state. It's very relaxing and quiet little map. A quiet little map, I think they meant. And I feel like I can de-stress there from all the activities of the main Mirrorland map. Who cares if it's empty? It's a perfect place for little zen meditation. 2. The childish Sea of Stars activities are honestly fun in their own simplicity. Nothing brings me more joy than running around as a cute animal or blowing giant bubbles by smashing the platform buttons. Oh my gosh. Screw the sad... Oh, no. Okay. So, screw the sad adults on Reddit that feel like this is insult to their intelligence. I am a 30-year-old toddler and I find this stuff fun. Take that as you will, everyone. 3. Did I say? Yeah, that's 3. The dye system is really cool. I don't like how some palettes are locked behind evolutions. And 4 stars don't even have black and white palettes at all. But as a system by itself, it's really well implemented and functions perfectly. It's also a very good translation of the dye system in Shining Nikki. Oh, they played it. So it's a huge plus for me. Palettes being unlocked per item and not per suit is, how do I put it at best, not a big problem, but as everyone is making up to be. I'm pretty sure that the idea behind it was that you didn't need to complete the entire suit to recolor individual items, and once you pull /craft to get to any dye available item, you can dye it on the spot, regardless if you have the rest of the suit or not. I guess it would be cool to unlock one palette for the entire suit, but it's not really that of an issue to girl caught the game over it. I agree and disagree. I don't think the girl court is just attacking for the dyeing system. There is a lot going on, but that's just me. So, 11 items banner suits is my biggest disagreement with all the complaints for the update. I simply don't find it to be such a huge increase in price. More so given a mere 2,400 gems, 20 pulls difference from all the past 10 items, 5-star banner suits, making it be the cut-off amount of hard pity. Price is honestly stupid. And for me, show the complaining players as being the spoiled brats in here, not infold as the greedy company. 11 items allow for better separation of items, top, bottom, wings not being attached to the dress. That does make sense. And give them more items that can be taken out of the OG suits and mix and match into custom suits, limiting the pity to 180. 99 items severely limits the amount of separate items a suit can have, not allowing the versatility as a more breakable 11 item suit. That's so much. Can give. Full stop. And no, putting items into deep echoes is not a good workaround either. It forced you to pull X amount of times just to complete the suit. Takes away potential nodes for other non-suits items, awards, avatar frames, Momo cloaks, BG, background, photo items, just for the sake of keeping the banner suit pity low as possible. We got there. So I wanted to take the time to highlight some comments that players found positive in 1.5. I know it's easy for us to talk about the problems and how the game has failed us, but at the same time, as you know, there are positives from the game that we shouldn't gloss over. So if you do want to read them, please pause the video and read them. It is very insightful and it's very nice to know that there are some things that we should be excited for, that we should be looking forward to and enjoy. So here you go. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's giving you an insight into the game, the players, the company, the content creators, and just in general, my thoughts. I know it's been a long one, so I appreciate if you got until the end. I do apologize since I did try to make it shorter, but then I realized it wouldn't be doing justice. So now I want to go over what the girl code is supposed to be going for, because I don't think a lot of players know. They've just thought that it's for the pulls or for the banners, the 11 pieces. So let me go over it. 1. Get rid of limited revelation crystals. They received large critique when they were first introduced, forcing Info to remove them, but now they are actively trying to bring them back. 2. Clear communication from Infold's side. They promise not to use FOMO tactics, then promise no more empty promises, and then add 2 outfits with 11 pieces while reducing diamond income, which, yes, it is. 3. More content, more adult content. This game is primarily targeted at adults, not children. So storylines should be more mature. Main critique for this came from the Eerie season, where the main quest was seen as too short and childish by many players. 4, which is 180 pulls limit per 5-star outfit. Point from CM players. 180 pulls should be the limit for any outfit, meaning 360 per full evolution instead of 440. 5. Mirai Crown reset should be brought down to 14 days. Only 1 Mirai Crown per patch is unacceptable. Numbers went from 208 pulls per year to only 138, making us lose 70 pulls for Mirai Crown reward yearly. If this has changed, let me know, but I think we do get 2 every month, so yeah, maybe that has changed. Maybe I'm reading this one quite older. So next is more dark skin recognition. Most makeup options are clearly catered towards lighter skin tones. I agree. I have to agree. I also feel like that is quite limiting how my Nikki is darker skin tone, but the makeup just doesn't sit right, especially the lipsticks. Next, insufficient deep echo rewards for 3rd and 4th evolution. Getting full evolution equals to getting 2 different outfits, so it should be rewarded more. Not even new dyeing system fixed this, since the players still need to buy palettes. Oh my gosh. Next, or should I say finally, insufficient 4-star and on the 5-star banners. Again, if the players choose to go for full evolution, they would absolutely useless for extra 4 stars. Possibly add more pieces to the 4 stars or extra evolution. I hope you have found this video insightful and good, because it did take me a long time, so if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, share. And I still love the game, and I think for everyone who loves the game, we should be proud. And if you don't, I hope that Infold really do show that they are apologizing. They're fixing it, but hopefully time will tell. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.